Hey guys, Luke here, and welcome back to Season 2, Episode 4 of our Liverpool FC Career Mode. Now, I really do have to say, this episode and the next few ones are going to be quite important in the future of, whether I'm going to be able to cut it as Liverpool manager. We had a great first season, and as we've seen with a fair few managers and stuff, like they have a good first season then drop off, and we didn't have Champions League to contend with last year. And speaking of Champions League, this is a Champions League game taken on PSV Eindhoven, I think that's how you pronounce it. But they're in Holland, Netherlands. They're in that country. So that league, and they have got a very good side. You can see Depay there. Wijnaldum is a pretty solid player. Adam Mayer, or however you pronounce it, he's there. They've got a fair few good players. But I think this could be, if we go through another episode of pretty poor performances. Now, I know last episode wasn't the worst performances. As you can see, Jackson Martinez just way too strong, way too fast, doing what he does best, what he did for us last season, picking up right where he left off. But in terms of lasting, and the last episode, I should say, we had a draw against United. We had some wins in other cup games. We had a draw against Southampton, although we played pretty crap for half of it. It's not the worst thing, but you look at our overall stuff and where we are in the Premier League, it's just not good enough for a team like Liverpool, and I'd be quite disappointed if I was a Liverpool fan. But I wouldn't be disappointed at how we are playing in this game currently. So I think this is hopefully a sign of things to come. Hopefully a sign of improvement. Although we have been known to put in a good game in, say, the Champions League and then come back to Premier League and just be awful. But so far so good. 2-0 up. Move on to 71st minute here. And Roberto Firmino. Now, I'm going to have a look at that with the goal decision system, whatever. And you can obviously see that was a goal. And what a finish that was. But it just looks so cool. Off the crossbar, down and in. And if you're wondering what ball I'm actually using there, I'm using one of the Adidas Telstar, whatever they're called. So yeah, there's that one. Now, I'm not going to lie, like you've seen this game here, it's not all been smooth sailing for us. I mean, PSV could have potentially scored a few goals, like right there. Would have been a reasonable thing for them to score. I wouldn't have been too mad. Would have been probably deserved for them to get a goal. But in saying that, we do pick up the win, a 3-0 win. Sarko getting man of the match. I'd have to say that Martinez probably would have been the best, though he did get subbed off. And we're just quickly going over the squad reports there. There's a few plus ones. I'm not sure if any of them have been actually right now, but we've got a few high rated players. You see some of our learning plays. Dybala's actually going up at quite a steady rate, so it's pretty good there. But moving on to the Premier League, we just played a Champions League game, and that's all well and good, but Premier League, getting Champions League again, the top 4 place, that's my priority. And we're going to start off playing a game against Stoke, I think it was. Swansea, I should say. I don't know how I got them mixed up. But we do have Suso, who's on loan from us. We also got Jonjo, who used to play with us, obviously. And they still have Boney in this season. So, they're not pushovers. Not going to pushovers. Swansea never seem to be pushovers. So, definitely expecting a hard game. Suso here is going to take a shot. And that's a great save by Begovic, who is still our first choice. Although he hasn't been the greatest for us so far, we expect him to pick it up, and of recent times he's been pretty solid. But Sterling going to play through to Origi, who we got playing up front. And in this game, it's I'm finding it a little bit hard to sort of try and get everybody a little bit of game time, and trying to work out if we can get full fitness for everybody going into games with with all the European games and that sort of stuff. But so far I'm managing okay. I want to get Origi a few games. I'm not sure what sort of future he has in the club overall, but for now, I'm going to be playing him a few bit, and he's going to go through, and he's going to shoot, and he's going to score. And that's a great finish. You could question whether Coutinho was sort of in the way there a little bit as he was in an offside position, but we'll take it. A 1-0 lead. I'm never going to complain about that. They have one more chance before half time. Boney is going to lay it off to Sigurdsson, who lays it off to Britton, who lays it off to Suso once again. That is an excellent play there by Swansea. Fortunately, I think it was Begovic who got a hand to it. Maybe it just went wide, but looked like he got a hand to it to me just from that little look there. We got Origi here on the ball. He's going to play Coutinho. That's a great run and a great pass. Coutinho's going to find Martinez, and that really should have been cut up by the keeper. And I do have to say, it is quite frustrating when those sort of ones happen against you. I'm fine with it happening for me, but when your keeper just stands there and watches it, there's nothing more frustrating. But which happens quite a lot in this game. But it's only a game. Calm down. We've got Moreno on the ball here, who's pushing up a fair bit, and he plays a killer ball through to Martinez. Martinez got to finish it, and that's 3-0. Game over. Game, set, match. And we scored 3 goals in both their episodes so far. So I've been talking about this next few episodes could be make or break. we've had a pretty fantastic start to those next few episodes by the looks of things. We've had it's going to be a win in the Premier League. 9th minute could even be 4-0 here. Origi's going to cut back inside here on his right foot, and he's going to score. I'm not actually sure what foot Origi's his best foot, so I'll have to find out in the future. But the number 40's got his second goal in the Premier League and in this game. And yeah, we pick up a 4-0 victory, but an excellent performance there. Everybody played their part. Everyone might not have been standouts. We can see Coutinho 7.7, Origi man of the match, Martinez. But there is one person who we haven't been getting enough game time, and I'm finding it really, really hard to get him game time, as much as I love him in real life. And I do like him on the game as well. It's just formations I play, I've got better players than him, and it really disheartens me because I think Jordan Henderson, I don't want to lose him. At the same time, like I said, it's just very hard to get him on the field. But I'm going to play with 3 at the back this game as we're playing against Preston, and it gives us a chance to play a few of the guys who don't usually play. I think Emre Can is there, Alori, and obviously Hendo is playing in the cam role. We've got Steven Gerrard coming and playing. But this is an absolutely terrible tackle, and he's going to get a red card. How Alori didn't get injured, I'll never know, but that was just terrible. Humphrey should hold his head in shame. It was a nice little turn there by Alori too, so he did burn him. He's pretty good on the ball, Alori. Got to give him that. We've got Emre Can up here, gets it to Gerrard. Just going to play it over to Markovic. He's going to shoot, and it's going to hit the crossbar, but I just got to say, like, with that red card, there was just so much space in the field. And also, I've got to say, Gary Cahill, we signed him on a pre-contract, as well as Toulon. Both of them haven't featured very much. Toulon, not particularly anything to do performance related, we just got better players. But Cahill, ratings-wise, should be one of our better players. I think he should be in the side. But when I play him, he just seems very, very crap at the back. That was a wonder goal by Salah, I've got to say. That was very nice. But then Markovic, what a finish that was. That really shouldn't have went in. I would have been spewing if that had been scored against me, put it that way. But at the same time, though, you create your own luck sometimes, and you've got to take the shot. A lot of the times, I won't shoot from there. And then Ricky Lambert, who's getting a rare chance up front. You don't really play him too often, but he came up with a good just then, and what a pass it was too. Sorry, a cross, I should say. And then there's another chance there. Gary Cahill, at least he's getting involved this game. Defensively, he hasn't been too bad either. Saw Henderson just here, maybe could have passed it a little bit earlier, but it doesn't matter as Origi, who's going to go and score another goal this game. I'm not sure how many goals he scored this episode, but it's got to be at least 3 or 4. He scored 2 last episode, 1 this game, and I can't remember if he scored in the Champions League game, probably not. But Ricky Lambert on the ball, he's definitely not going to outpace anybody. As much as I love Ricky, on FIFA wise, on this career mode anyways, his pace is deteriorating, and he's quite frustrating to play with at times, but he's come up with the goods this game. But then Origi scores a 5th before half time. That's his 2nd goal this game, and it's just a demolition job at this stage. And I think at half time, I've got to say, I sort of switched it off a little bit. You can see 52nd minute here, Origi with another chance, potentially a hat-trick, but it's not to be. And there's very few chances in this game, but because we're going attacking and we only had 3 at the back, we were a little bit exposed at times. But that was a great interception just there. I'm not sure who it was, but good stuff. And we ended up picking up a 5-0 victory. No changes from half time, but that's just because we just chilled out for the second half, really. So Aaron's got to go. Archibald came on, our youth player. Yeah, that's the end of the episode. Hopefully you have enjoyed it. And it's been a really good performance, good performing episode for us. 3 wins, 3 demolitions, really. So picking it up, and that's where we need to be for the rest of the season, to be honest with you. But I'd like to say thank you for watching, guys. Hopefully you can leave a like. Hopefully you can subscribe to my channel. If you want to follow me on Twitter, @Mr. Luca Mighty is my Twitter handle, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.